everyone. Welcome back to the Rockin Roundtable Talkfest. My name is Shay.
My name is Matthias.
Okay, so...
It's time.
Yes, it's time to talk about our experience at Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball 2025, Las Vegas, and your first time.
My first time, and as you may know, if you have watched our videos with Lady Gaga, I'm a new fan. I'm a new little monster. And when we had the chance to go see Lady Gaga live, I was like, wow.
Yes, and it was at when we went on the third night, July 19th.
Yeah, so it's about a little bit more than a month now.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the T-Mobile Arena.
At the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Yes.
And I mean, the anticipation of this event was high. And
my God.
we didn't really know if we would go until the last day.
No, and this was a Saturday, and we had requested, any friends out there that had maybe hookups or not completely free hookups, but just a discount, type of ticket, resale, like what they paid for, not triple times what they pay for. But we called that out there for weeks before the event, and we had a few people that were trying. So we did have some friends that tried, but they couldn't get good. Anyway, they couldn't.
Yeah, and we want to thank our friends for trying at least, because we know how hard it is to get these type of hookups, and it's not like we're always asking for free tickets. We actually never ask for it, but this was special in a way because it was hard to find tickets to begin with. It was sold out.
Because I did go when the day. The artist sale, the pre-artist sale, when they went on sale, and initially, I was on there, and like millions of other people, and and every time I found some tickets to get on to put in our cart, just two, not like where we wanted 24 tickets, just two regular tickets, and we didn't want to be we didn't need to be in the first row, we wanted to be up a little bit, but like everyone's perfect place where they'd like to be. I mean, we were just like that. And anyway, you put them in the shopping bag or the cart, and then they were instantly sold out. I mean, they're no longer available. I mean, this was it went on for like an hour or so,
And you even set the alarm to wake up early to
I did. I made, and I wasn't like, I don't feel like it. No, I just like all the other little monsters out there. But I think a lot of people, scalpers, they have, I don't know, they have special
special effects
scamming software, and they're able to buy 8 immediately or 10 immediately. So
whatever the limit is.
Again, I don't recall what the limit was. It's what I don't recall. You guys remember? Put it down below. But So it just kind of sucks. It sucked. So we tried because it was just two. I think it was Wednesday and Friday night shows. There was no Thursday. So it was Wednesday was the opening night.
Yeah.
And then in Friday, and it's those two, and then they added the Saturday night, the July 19th, later that day or the very next day, somewhere in there. I think it was hours later they added that.
So that was not part of the original plan.
No, it was just two dates.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because those sold out minutes. It felt like they added the third date.
Yeah, and the tickets we did find, they were $1,000 or more.
Yeah, way up there in peanut heaven. We always, back in the day, we used to say peanut heaven, but now you say what?
Nosebleeds.
Yeah. So we said peanut heaven. I think I'd rather be to peanut heaven. Sounds more fun. But unless you're allergic to peanuts.
I never heard that.
But it's heaven. It's
peanut heaven.
Yeah. Those of you, I don't know, back in the 80s, I think you remember that. But the 1880s, I mean, no.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's that. Anyway, so you're right. It was
Yeah, but then the last day, I guess people were, starting to panic. Probably not panic because they know they're going to sell the tickets, but there were more reasonably priced tickets available. So So eventually we did get resale tickets.
And how much? Give the exact price, like, or ballpark.
I think we paid about $900 for 2 tickets.
It was like $450 a piece.
Yeah,
and I think those were probably $200 each more if we would have waited weeks earlier to get those.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So it did go down a bit.
Yeah, because I think we lucked out actually because some of the tickets in the same what is it called?
Section.
The same section. Yeah, thank you. They were more expensive. So these were just 2, and maybe it was someone who couldn't make it, or I have no clue. But the point is, we scored those tickets, and because at first we were thinking about like going there, maybe wait until the last minute, essentially when they had started the show.
Yes.
And buy tickets then. But
I was getting ready, and you came up and asked me, because at that point we were going to wing it.
Yeah.
And go down and and hang out and be loser people, and just like, we don't have any tickets. But did you ask me when you?
Yeah, I asked you, do you want to deal with this bullshit essentially, and don't you want to have some kind of confirmation before we even leave the house?
Exactly, and I said, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. I'd feel better about that.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just find tickets, and I did, and we got the tickets, and that was it. And then we headed over we took an Uber, right, to T-Mobile because of the parking situation.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes. It's been a while since we've been down there for either a hockey game or a concert. So it's been a while, and there is a few parking areas. Like I think there's like 3 different parking lots from different casinos that surround it. And I remember how it used to be years ago, but it's been a minute or so. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let's just not deal with that, like the parking situation.
And Uber is so convenient. It's what is it, like 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, some people can't afford it, but it was, what was it, like $50? I don't know.
No, I think it was less, like more like $30.
Yeah. So I mean, but it's worth it just to not have the hassle, right?
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when we got there, there were tons of people.
Oh my God! It was a party out front.
Yeah, it was a party. It really was a party.
Yeah. And we I think we checked in with you guys and we filmed a little bit, and it was really exciting.
It was so much fun to see all these fans, all these beautiful people dressed up and all different ages.
Yeah.
Seeing all these, and everybody was smiling. Everybody was happy.
Oh yeah,
everybody like anticipated such a wonderful evening to see their favorite artist, essentially.
Yeah, but just to know that the fan base, like, I don't think there was any I don't remember any negativity at all.
No,
everybody's so happy to be there.
Yeah, and all these long lines. It was long lines to the merch, because they had the outdoor merch trailer there.
Yeah. They had a couple of them. Yeah.
Long lines to that, and to different bars, and was it like Red Bull had their own?
Yeah, some people had their own. Did Coke?
Coke had their section,
had their own little like, what do you call that? It's like a.
It was like a trailer, but with bleachers and
or seating. We got one where there was just a couple high top seating, right, and we could look at everybody. We were just looking at the arena. It was right out front, but we were just sitting there, just enjoying a drink.
Yeah, and looking at people. I mean, because the fact that there were so many people there, and so many people were dressed up, all kinds of. Yeah, I mentioned all the different ages, children to oldies like us.
Yeah, and everyone taking selfies and filming. Everyone was filming, and all on a good thing. And it was way early. I mean, I think it was like an hour and a half before the show started, or whatever.
At least, yeah.
So that's why everybody was taking their time, because they were all like having fun and talking and chatting.
Yeah.
Just socializing.
Yeah.
Little monster socializing.
Yeah, and. Well, before we got in, so one thing, a recommendation to people who go to shows in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. So if you have Clear, the TSA pre-check, and you have Clear as well, like a paid service, you can go on the side So if you're facing the T-Mobile Arena entrance, on the right-hand side of the side of the building, they have the clear entrance. And there was like no people there.
Yeah.
So it was super quick to walk in there.
Right. So that's the way it was on the right side. Right?
Yeah, on the right side, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were lots of other people that have that as well, but they just didn't see the little, because the sign was barely noticeable. Didn't we ask somebody and somebody mentioned it?
Yeah, so what, they had people walking around with like a clear sign, and like, if you have clear, come with us, because it's faster. You don't have to wait in line for an hour to get in here. So, and they have that for all events at T-Mobile Arena. So that is a recommendation for future reference if you ever go, and if you have clear.
Right. So it's not just for traveling at the airport kind of thing. So that's great.
And that I just remember now. Maybe I think I may have like 5 free passes, like 3 months for free with a code. So we may put that, into the video as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait and see.
Yeah. But and when we got in, we knew that. So we had pretty good seats, not like center.
It was kind of center.
Yeah,
right?
in front of the stage.
But up, like you think halfway up, or kind of 1/3 up?
1/3, I think.
1/3 up, but like center. But still across the arena, but at least we saw it straight ahead. Like the runway was straight towards us, right? Yeah. It wasn't like to the over or something.
Yeah, so it was really good seats.
And we saw everything perfectly.
Yeah. And the sound.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And also it's interesting because typically at concerts, at least the heavy metal concerts I'm used to, they play like AC/DC and Black Sabbath and just have music in the background. Here, it was just from the get-go, just so professional. It was like opera music.
It was opera music.
And the screens were already active with information.
Yeah. It had people's tweets, I guess you would say. I know people talking and giving each other shout-outs and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, people would just start cheering. I'm like, what were they cheering at? What happened? But then I realized, okay, there's tweets up there, up on the screen. And, I wasn't like... Because also above that was like a video of Lady Gaga, like a live stream, video of Lady Gaga in her beginning outfit, the red outfit and she had a big pen, like a feather, ostrich feather pen, and she was writing. She was just writing, and that's all it was for the whole like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was very cool. I'm like, this is so creative and so artistic.
That's exactly what it was. It was creative and entertaining because you didn't have to sit there and wait and eat popcorn and drink, bad beer.
Right.
Like a sports event.
But I loved it. Some people, I think we had somebody that's, I don't know if it was somebody that on the comments on something.
No, a friend of ours.
It's boring, but in the beginning,
Yeah, a friend of ours said, well, you can skip the first 30 minutes. It's just opera and BS. So
I mean, but we were like, why we like that, especially for background music when you're just maybe chit chatting with each other or with some friends. I mean, you don't have to shout.
Yeah,
you could still hear it, but get the vibe, but still have a conversation with the people that you care about with you.
No, it was just, and I was so excited about this because again, I haven't seen Lady Gaga.
It was your first time and my 4th time.
Yeah, and I think it was actually my second pop show ever.
Okay, who was your another?
The one at Planet Hollywood. What's her name?
Oh, Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and that was fun too, but it was just a different level.
It was her residency, and that's funny because the last time I saw a concert at T-Mobile, though, for a lady, the same place now, but it was Gwen Stefani as well, but it was before she had a residency, so she did a.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't sold out. The arena, it was like half sold out. It was probably like 10,000 people, but that was amazing. And I went with my friend Maddie and a few other people, but Stephanie, but that was many years.
Everybody probably knows exactly who you're talking about.
Exactly. No. Yeah, you guys know Maddie and Stephanie, right? Not Stephanie Jeremiah.
Who's that?
That's Lady Gaga.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. Well, you thought her birth certificate, it said her mom and dad were like, you know what, this baby, we're going to call her Lady.
I thought so, yeah.
Maybe they meant Lady Goo, like, because she was Goo Gaga. And then she got older, she changed it to Gaga from Goo. Now,
oh, goodness.
That's funny.
No, but I didn't know her name. That's how clueless I am, but,
But anyway, but, so that's that. And, but anyway, it's funny, but anyway, yeah.
But then when the show started, I mean, you could see. Also, we had those wristbands with lights on it.
Yeah, I had them here. I was gonna show it to everybody. I have it on the steps downstairs.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, it looks white, but I knew it was an LED light, and it just velcroed on or whatever.
And that was pretty cool. I never seen anything like that.
Yeah. And so I knew that was. I had an idea. They do it at some shows, not every show. But I knew you didn't experience it, so I couldn't wait for you to.
Like, what's going on now?
Yeah. So it changed colors. Was it be red or green or white or whatever?
I'm like, it's my ankle bracelet, but on my wrist.
Right. But I have to say because that was the second time I ever experienced with an LED bracelet. Last time was also the T-Mobile Arena, and it was it was when it first opened, like maybe 8 years ago, and it was an award. It was the Billboard Music Awards. Mm-hmm. And like everybody, like Justin Bieber performed, Madonna performed, Ariana Grande performed, Rihanna. I mean, it was like a great. Anyway, but we also got those too. But I think it lit up purple and just white. So, but it was similar.
I think they opened 2017, so it's been 8 years.
Okay, so I was right.
So obviously, it's been a lot of enhancements in technologies.
Right. So, but this is just. Yeah, I loved it.
No, it was cool, and I was just, I couldn't really think because I was just, I wonder how it's gonna be like, because after all, hundreds and hundreds of heavy metal shows I've been to.
Yeah, and I knew enormous ones and small ones.
Yeah, and I knew this is gonna be different, but I didn't really expect what was about to happen, because when she started, I was just blown away. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen anything even close to this. Yeah,
you kind of mentioned this was the best show you've ever seen. When you think of everything.
Yeah, and I mean, I have to admit that. I mean, like I said, I've been to huge shows, big bands like Metallica and Slipknot, Lamb of God, all these, big artists in rock and heavy metal. But I've never seen anything like this. This was 100% the best show I have ever seen, and I may ever see. Because, I mean, the production she has behind all this is just insane. They probably have hundreds of people working on this show. From the crew, the stage hands, I mean, and all the dancers and the musicians.
Wardrobe people, hair people, everything.
It was just absolutely amazing. And everything was just so streamlined. It was never a dull moment in the entire show.
I know I wasn't bored. I was just so excited. No, we already had an idea of the set list because of Coachella and stuff like that. And it was close, but there were some changes. Lots of costumes were different. Some of the costumes were the same and some were added or a little bit different, a little bit more extravagant. But I'd say from the set list from Coachella, I'd say it was about 70% the same. And then they're just a lot more added and a lot more like details just enhanced.
Yeah.
So we kind of had an idea of what was happening, but it was always nice to have some surprises. Like you filmed the first originally it was first 4 songs, but it was actually.
I thought it was 3 songs.
It was actually 5.
Yeah.
It was 5, and she added Aura from Art Pop.
Okay.
So it was, I think it was like the intro, like, Bloody Mary, Abracadabra.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll take a Bloody Mary. Yeah. Oh, I make the best ones, by the way, guys. Yeah. Anyway, Bloody Mary, Abracadabra. It was Judas, and then Aura, Yeah, Judas and Aura, then Scheisse. Chablis.
Chablis.
So she just put Aura. It was just, and it was just like maybe 20 seconds of it. But he almost missed it because it wasn't that enough. It was just like a dance sequence.
Well, I did miss it because I didn't understand there were 5 songs when I thought it was 3. But
anyway,
but
that was exciting. That was so exciting.
Was so exciting, and like I said, it just went back to back and just entertainment and that just continued the entire show. And it was like I said, it was not a single second there was a dull moment. Like have to wait for something. It was just stuff going on all the time.
Like there was like 4 or 5 major sections in the show. I think 4, and she would do some changes, but like you didn't know. Like either the dancers came out and did a song, or they did a long outro from the song before, and the dancers or the musicians would just come out and play some stuff for a couple minutes, and you didn't realize that she wasn't on stage. Or didn't, you knew she wasn't, but you know she must be changing. But then it just went so fast.
Yeah.
And so smooth.
Yeah, so smooth. And like my favorite part was in the beginning, well, after the first kind of setup there, or the first songs, and then was something going on, right? And then she was in that sandbox.
Oh yeah, well, because like after Scheisse, it was the Garden of Eden, which was, I love that, and then Poker Face is actually one of my favorite songs that she does, even live and on record. So, but it was the whole checkered chessboard piece. So I love that part, and then that ended, and then there was a little bit of an intermission, not an intermission, just like an intro, outro, and then the sandbox, the litter box.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I think there was like
as for Perfect Celebrity,
I think she called it chapters because it came up on the screens like different chapter 1 and chapter 2,
and they all had their own name. I can't think of. You guys can say what the names of the chapters were, but I love that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, we talked about creativity, and she's such a star. I mean, I don't think there are many people in the world who has ever been like this artistic. I mean, there may be one every 50 years that comes. Well, now I'm such a big fan of hers.
Yes.
But the fact, the dancing, the vocal ability, the songwriting.
Yeah.
The
sound production.
Yeah, the production. I mean, everything she does. She's just a true artist, and on top of that, she's also a brilliant actress as well.
I love her acting. Yes, and I love everything she does.
Yeah, it's just so impressive. And also her personality, I don't know her, but it seems like when she said at some point during the show, she said when she was playing piano there, it's like, hi mom, hi dad, or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they were apparently in the audience.
Yeah.
And that almost broke me down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was emotional.
She's so close with, we have good families, and we're feel very lucky and fortunate because it's a rare thing to grow up in a good family and with good parents, and she has as well, and we just can relate to that part. But that's I mean that's a side. Anyway. With that said,
it's a side note, but was really, even talking about it, I get emotional because it was such a beautiful thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And like the whole show, and I was just surprised when first she was on stage, and all of a sudden we're like, "What's going on?" And then she popped up somewhere else.
Yes. Well, okay. Getting back to the sandbox.
Oh yeah.
She was Perfect Celebrity. She's like, of course, laying down with all the. And we really couldn't see it, but thank God that up on the screen above it, there was cameras looking down on her.
Oh yeah.
So that was so creative and clever, And then she was laying there, skeletons, and then they all came alive for Disease.
Yeah, there were people hiding there.
Yeah, they were actually in there inside. Yeah. I was like, how are they breathing? But Disease, and then into Paparazzi when she has like the
canes,
and the crutches, and she's and I remember it at Coachella, but this was 10 times more like extravagant because she came all the way up and she had this long fabric. It was like white, and it was stretching the whole length of as she was coming up the runway. closer to us. And then it turned colors. Like I'm sure it was the lighting, but it went rainbow colors all the way behind, like all the way to the stage. I don't know how much feet that was. It was like,
must have been
like 800 feet. I don't know. But it was like,
it was long.
It was really long. It was longer than the runway, and all the way it reached in the back. But it was so, then she was like doing this movements, and it was just like, it was heavenly. It was just beautiful. And it was like to all the fans and the whole rainbow thing. It was just beautiful, and it was magical, and you really felt it, you know, the emotion. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, that was super cool. I'm trying to remember. And also, speaking of Coachella, I mean, obviously for us, it was a different experience because we saw it live compared to watching on TV.
Yes.
So we can't really compare.
Right.
Because the people who were at Coachella, they may have have made a different opinion.
I think the difference was she didn't have anything attached to her. She did have the similar outfit. I think it was nicer now. They updated it. And she was still on the crutches and everything still. And she walked to the end, and there was wind. There was like a big fan, and there was wind blowing and stuff. I don't think she had any kind of thing attached to her.
Okay.
But it's still, it was the same effect, but she just added more for this tour.
Yeah, because Coachella was the first 2 shows of Mayhem Ball, right?
Yeah, like ever.
Yeah,
So.
and then she had like 2 months to perfect it.
Well,
To kind of enhance the show, if you will, and make it more
right.
Whatever didn't work perfectly at Coachella, they probably worked on it. And I mean, I don't know if anything didn't work properly, but at Coachella, but they made changes.
Well, okay, she did both weekends in a row for back for Coachella. Then I don't know if a week or so went by, and then she did a couple shows in Mexico.
Oh yeah,
and it was the same thing.
Right. Yeah,
and then I don't know how many shows in Mexico, guys. You can put it down there. There's a few, and then she ended up in Brazil, which is it, and like 2.5 million people showed up on the beach. They call it Copacabana. Copacabana, whatever.
Copacabana.
Yeah.
Gaga.
Yeah. Gaga.
And we know
and that was the same set as well. But that was she went in Singapore, and then after that she went to Singapore, did two or three shows in Singapore, and that was it then and then.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, and then straight to Las Vegas, or was it like a break?
that a month.
Oh, okay, got it.
She had a month to, like you just said, a month to perfect it, but
okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
and I didn't know that she. Well, now when you say it, I remember you told me.
Of course, you remember. And then the one in Brazil, everybody keeps wanting us to react to that.
And speaking of that, we have tons of requests. People are requesting us to react to that one. I don't think we're going to do that. We have done a couple of shows, and so many other people have done it already. We're too late, I think.
I mean, and if we didn't do the Coachella at all, we would definitely do it.
100%.
Yeah. So that was like the big thing right there. But and like you said, so many other people have done it now, and it is kind of late. Yeah,
we are. Yeah, because we were in Europe for about a month this summer, so we missed out on a lot of things that we could have done in more timely fashion. So, but I mean, we're not saying no, but it's unlikely we will do it. The Brazil, the Rio one.
And we've seen footage. I mean, at least I have seen a lot of footage from that, and a lot of people's vlogs that they were going to, and they lived down there, and their experience and just the it was like amazing. Like I was enjoying watching that. So and they were in the audience and filming the whole thing with their iPhones.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of the audience, so since she had the screens on, she was walking from, below the stage, if you will, and just saying hi to fans, taking pictures with fans, and shaking hands.
That was during I think Shadow of a Man. Yeah. Vanish Into You. It was after she was done with the piano and all that. Vanish Into You, and she ended up like she ended up went into the audience, but it was like a safe area, like in front of all. She went completely around the runway.
Yeah.
All the way around, and that's when she was taking selfies. She was, take whatever. She was like, she was saying hi to everybody, giving people hugs, handshakes, everything.
Yeah.
And we were looking down on that. And we could see every little thing.
Yeah.
So it was like that
was really cool. And that's when I'm like, oh, I wish we could have been there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because she also did that for a Coachella. So people that have seen that and they bought tickets for this Mayhem Ball, they're probably hoping, oh, I hope she continues doing that same routine for that song because then she's going to walk by me, So those fans are probably willing to spend, thousands of dollars to be to be there,
Yeah, those tickets were expensive, especially the resale tickets were expensive.
Yes.
And and we are still hoping that one day she will sit here in the couch with us and we chat with her. So that's our goal. So
yes. She can sit right here. We'll be like,
yeah, it's like I think we're gonna have to sit on those chairs on the side here, and she can have the couch for herself.
Yeah,
she can lie down and rest and meditate. We just chat with her, but that would.
So, but my favorite sequence or chapter, I think, was the third chapter, and it had Killa and Zombie Boy. She added Love Drug, and then she added Applause, that's the first time we ever heard the song Applause because we haven't done a reaction or a review for the album Art Pop. Applause is on that, but we probably will because some of the songs you've heard that she put you like really enjoyed. So we're planning on doing the Art Pop review as well. So, but anyway, she put that Applause and then Just Dance. She added Just Dance. I'm like, because thank God that was like her first hit. I mean, how could you not do that? But but this was the whole thing. She's dressed up in a black gothic. She was blonde again, a blonde wig and the big black gothic gown with all the big black roses on it and all black. And then in front of the skull. The giant skull. So that was that whole sequence.
Oh,
she was dancing around
cool.
that.
Yeah.
So I loved all those songs. It was all about that, and I that was my favorite. So
and also interesting with Killa because the first time I heard Killa, I was not a big fan.
Right.
But then when we saw the SNL,
guys, we have seen the SNL. So we've gotten many requests to react to that too. We could do it just for the fun of it, so we all watch it again together. But we have seen it. We seen it when it actually was airing. Like it wasn't on a pre-record. We actually have television. So she rocks out more.
Yeah, because that was just it took this song to another level for me. How I was able to listen to it and understand it because the first time I was like just a weird chorus for the first time.
Yeah.
But then seeing that on SNL, I'm like, wow, this is a really good song. And now it's like, I have so many favorite songs from Lady Gaga now, but it's one up there, it's one of the top ones for sure.
And Zombie Boy, there's some. I mean, when I first heard Zombie Boy, when we did the review for Mayhem album, like it was because it's very disco-y in a way, and I was hoping that it was going to be a little bit more like Disease, more like that type of genre.
Yeah.
But it's still I warmed up to it. I really love it, and I love the way she does it live, and I love the sound. It's this kind of a happy song about a zombie boy, but you know what I mean? Like she wants to be her zombie bride, but. It's just...
But that's like with every
song. I love
song.
that.
I mean, now when I have heard these songs more times than the first time when reacted to them, these songs, they grow and just get better and better. It's like Alejandro, I was not a fan of that, like big fan of that song to begin with.
Right.
Now I have it in my head like...
Alejandro. Yeah. And that was that's a part of the second chapter. So that was after like Love Game and before The Beast. But anyway, so...
Oh, The Beast.
You like The Beast. You liked it when we were doing the album review because it's a slower song. It gives me Justin Timberlake vibes, but she really...
I love that. And live it was amazing.
Oh, yeah. So magical. The melody, very haunting.
Yeah.
Right? And didn't she, okay, I think Coachella, her two guitarists came out and did like a solo.
Oh, yeah.
At the end,
so,
and she disappeared or something. But this time, it was one of the guitarists went down the runway, and she came down with the guitar. So it was her and the other guitarist, and two of them came down the runway playing towards each other.
Right.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. And the guitar players she has, they are like top notch.
And it's interesting because I've seen like the older performances, and it's the same ones I can think of that.
They look the same. I think it's the same guy.
She's very committed and loyal to her musicians and her dancers. So
I mean, I would assume they are to her as well. I mean, when you get a gig with Lady Gaga, I mean, that is probably one of the best ones you can get.
Right.
So but.
So getting on to then the fourth chapter, Shadow of a Man, and then Kill for Love, Summer Boy, Born This Way. Like I didn't. Okay, Summer Boy, you never heard of, and she added that. That's one of her first. That's on her debut album, and it's kind of it's a lighthearted. Like I didn't really like that song when I first heard it years ago, and I don't really like it that much. I don't know. It just wasn't. I wish she would have added a different one. But even though a lot of other people were very happy that she added it, but I could think of a few more that she could add it instead. But that's just me.
For your personal preference.
Yeah. I mean, we all have the preference. So, and then Born This Way, she always does amazingly well. And everybody singing and dancing and,
And speaking of those LEDs, during the show was just so much fun to see certain parts of the set, like when they lit up, and everybody had the same colors, but sometimes there were different colors in different sections.
Yeah. If you were at the top of the arena, then you can really look down. You really look at it or whatever. But I mean, which was cool because if the set piece on the stage was all turned red, our bracelets would all turn red with it, it, right? And so on.
That was really cool. I was a fan of that.
And they were pretty much used for every single song.
Yeah.
I don't think there was one. There might have been one or two songs where they were off, but it was like 80% of the time they were on.
Yeah, I think it didn't start right away, but it was kind of like after a few songs they kicked it off and they kept going.
Yeah.
So,
but I think Abracadabra. I think everything turned red when she came out with it.
Right. Yeah.
I think if I'm mistaken, I'm mistaken, but I don't think I am. I think that would be a big thing.
And I think I still hold Abracadabra and Disease as my two favorite songs.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah. And those were the first two ones I heard as well. So.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They have kind of a sentimental meaning there for you. Yeah. And then, like I said, after Born This Way, then she wanted to slow things down a bit, and she did A Million Reasons, which you haven't really...
That's when she played the piano, right?
Yeah. So she added it. It wasn't for the Coachella era of set. She added it to this one, to the new. She added that, and it was kind of like, I think, she did Shallow.
Yeah.
Was she on the boat?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, she was on the boat, but I can't remember which song it was. But,
I think it was Shallow, because I think it was Shallow or Million. I don't know. And then Die With a Smile.
Yeah.
Which with Bruno Mars, like that duet, that was on Mayhem at the very end.
And that was also a song that I was not a big fan of the first time, but then it just grew on me. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. And speaking of Shallow was actually
one of your favorites.
Yeah, and that was actually the first one I heard from Lady Gaga.
Ever.
And she that I know, that I can remember.
Yeah.
And she just sings so incredibly well on that one. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, and having the movie, in the same thing, But,
as a reference,
Yeah. So
I remember when she stood there on the stage and kind of when he took her out in the movie, what's his name? Cooper. Yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. And she just started belting, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But I think she sang that when she was in the boat there.
Yeah, they added that too because that wasn't in Coachella. So,
yeah, okay.
And it's a tiny little boat, but it was like there was kind of like not a Grim Reaper, but when you have a creature, a hooded creature, like
it kind of looks like a Grim Reaper.
Kind of, yeah. you know, kind of with a skeleton face or something, just kind of
rowing. Yeah,
it's kind of rowing, but like a stick.
Yeah, it's kind of like they do in Venice, in the canals in Venice. Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of thing. And she was in the front, I mean, sitting down in the front, and she was...
Or the Venetian casino.
Yeah. They're not the same? No. So no. But yeah, the gondolas.
Yeah, the
So it's kind of like a gondola, but a spooky, eerie version of a gondola. Very cool, like very gothic, very beautiful. And then, you know, but time, and it went all the way down the runway, and the very end of the runway was a piano. So like, then I think she either Shallow or I think Die with a Smile, that the third slow song ballad. She sat down and did that.
And that's when she, you know, said hi to her parents.
Yes, and she had a little talk, and it was a quiet moment. She was able to have talk with everybody and just have, you know, say wonderful, nice things.
Yeah.
And hi, Mom, hi, Dad, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And she talked about kind of when she was starting her career, she was in her she was in her late teens, whatever. Like she was a child, she felt like, and she grew up with all of us who were, you know, have been fans from the beginning, and everybody's older now. You know.
Yes. I mean, she's
almost. It's not quite 20 years, but it was like 17 years later.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we all grew up together.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know exactly how she worded it, but it was kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, think about the fans who have been with her. I mean, you have been with her since day one, essentially. So.
Yeah. There was like little specials on cable television and stuff. And I'm like, who is this chick? But she was doing Just Dance. So, and I was just like, she had the blonde bob wig, and I don't know whoever did her false eyelashes. Maybe it was her, but there was always one that was crooked. Because I'm a makeup artist, so I was always like, ugh. You know, and it was funny because now everything is perfect, but that just shows that she did a lot of that herself.
Yeah, I mean, she
you know,
obviously couldn't afford a big crew of people working with her.
And how different things are today, like from then till now. So I remember that. You know? Funny. So the show was wrapping up, and she did Vanish Into You when she came down into the audience, and that was just so. I mean, she could make that song 20 minutes long, and it would be perfect for me. I wouldn't care. Like, it was so enjoyable to watch and to witness and to hear, and her just everything she sings has so much passion.
Yeah, I don't think any artist, like, I get emotional when I hear some songs and some words, and I never felt that.
I mean, you could be any genre, but I think Adele for sure. I think Celine Dion.
Yeah,
there's a few. Barbra Streisand back in the day. There's a few that do that.
Maybe it's because I been listening to.
I think Dio.
Slayer.
Dio.
God Hates Us All.
But if you talk about voice and emotion and passion, Dio.
Ronnie James Dio was one, and there when you say that, there are many.
Yeah,
like Millie from Steelheart.
Yeah,
what a voice.
Yeah,
and even anyway. But you're right. I mean, there are others as well that makes me emotional. Thin Lizzy's another.
Yeah,
another band.
But this is the last. I mean, it was just. We're talking about her now. So, but I think that's great.
Yeah.
And then she did a bad romance. Did Bad Romance and ended with that. Well, before the.
But that was that the one was half. Half of it was like recorded when they kind of came out, and
well, she was like they were like operating. She was like and that part was kind of the same they did in Coachella. She's like under a sheet, and there was like all the nurses and dancers like just they were dressed as like medical surgeons and stuff, and there you hear and they're like they're like operating on her, and then she came, and then she anyway. Then she gets up and she's Bad Romance she comes off the gurney or whatever it was.
Okay, yeah, because I thought you meant the last, because I don't remember the last song when she was kind of like.
Oh no, okay, that's later because the Bad Romance did the whole thing. She updated her wig completely different from Coachella because this time she had like 2 space cone hair. It was black and then it was blonde in the back, so it was kind of cool. At first, I'm like, is she wearing like rabbit ears, like from a distance because I'm so blind? But But zooming in on my pictures, I'm like, oh no, it's hair. It's like hair ears, like rabbit ear out of hair, and then blonde in the back. It's really cool. And then it was like it was over, but you're right. And then it was quiet for a minute. Well, it was like, I don't know if it was dancers dancing around, and it was like, but we knew there were going to be. Then she came back for How Bad Do You Want Me?
Oh yeah.
And
I like that one too.
Yeah, and that was really good. And then that was over. That was the one encore. But then she came back and just kind of, which she did. How Bad Do You Want Me? When that started, she wasn't on stage, but it was like film. She was like under the stage or in her dressing room. Her makeup was off, her costumes were off. She had a beanie on, and like a jacket or something.
Yeah,
a hoodie or whatever.
Kind of wrapping up the whole thing, and
and then she starts singing and coming to saying hi to all her crew and people. Like it was kind of like a backstage and under the stage, kind of somewhere in there. And then she eventually ended up on the stage where we could see. And she finished that song, How Bad Do You Want Me? And that was just so super fun and super great, And then they put on. She'll have come when everyone comes back out and does a bow like all the dancers. Just a playback of one of her older songs that she hasn't. She was doing she was doing a lot of ones from Art Pop, but I forget what's. I think it was I don't know. It was Manicure. It was one of those songs. One of those songs from Art Pop that she was just playing. Anyway, she did Swine one day, but the one we reacted to Swine live.
Yeah.
But
I remember now.
But she was just it was just a playback and all the dancers were like hamming it up on stage and they were just pretty much it was the end like saying goodbye, but had that music on playback. And she's been doing a different song every time. No, I think she's going through the A Born This Way album now too. Just songs that she hasn't been doing live.
Yeah.
But that's at the time of us recording this, she's on the third show of the Madison Square Garden shows.
New York City.
Yeah, I think she's doing three or four. She's doing some other cities and then coming back and doing two more Madison Square, like in a couple
that's
weeks.
her hometown, right?
Yeah, so altogether there's 5 or 6 Madison Square Garden shows, which
is insane, selling out that.
yeah. I've never been to that venue, so yeah.
I've seen a hockey game there.
Oh, okay. Is it pretty good size?
I mean, it's probably. Watching a game, not being on the ice, 20,000 people. I would guess. Yeah. It's a big ice hockey arena, similar to T-Mobile, but older.
Oh yeah. And so she's not going to she's doing 3 or 4 shows per city, and she's only doing a handful of the cities. So, and I forget where she's going after Madison. It might be Chicago, and then back to Madison Square Garden, and then I forget. You guys have the date. So, but then I think by the time the fall hits, she's going to be in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Which I read something of because our stadiums aren't going to be. They're already booked for all the sports teams.
Yeah.
Like NFL and hockey and everything. Does that start up in the fall?
There's no NFL in Europe. Yeah.
Well, right. There's nothing. But that's why she's got to be done with the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Because she can't do anymore.
Right.
In the fall. Like she's still going to be touring, but she's touring in the fall in Europe.
Yeah.
Where there's more, the venues are more, and then she'll come back probably to the U.S., maybe do more dates whenever things are calmed down.
But
with
at the
our
same
stadiums.
time, they're pretty quick to, like football stadiums and hockey arenas, they can, put a floor on the ice and have a show. Because sometimes they go like like ice hockey teams, they play like away games for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but that's hard to really. It's hard enough trying to time and to book a stadium show to know when the team is not going to be there. Like,
well, they
and
have
since
this
she's
schedule,
not doing just one show, but she's doing like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take up like a week of the. So I think that's and I read that
it takes time to build her stage as well. It's not
like it takes almost a week.
Yeah. So no, I get it, but the thing is, I know she will, but when she comes back next time, even if it's the same tour or it's a new ball,
right?
I would love to go again.
Yeah, definitely.
because this, like I said in the beginning, it's the best show I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. And I'd say out of the 4 times I've seen her, I mean, they were all had their own special quality to it and memories for me. But this was probably my favorite out of all her shows I've seen. But we didn't get a chance to see the Born This Way ball. I heard that was amazing, but that was also cut short because she injured herself. So the footage we've seen, that's when she hurt her hip.
Okay. Yeah.
But I would have loved the footage I've seen. I would have loved, like, she's opened the show with like Heavy Metal Lover, and she was on that motorcycle. So we should do a reaction to that. There isn't any professional footage of it, but there's enough really great footage from fans that have made it amazing and like have I don't know, enhanced it a bit. But anyway, so but I would have loved to have seen that. But anyway, but this is probably my favorite. Like I said, the 4 times I've seen her. So yeah.
Yeah, well, it was incredible, and I'm so grateful that first off, I'm grateful that you suggested we should take a listen to Lady Gaga because you thought I would probably like it. I could potentially like it, and I'm such a fan now, and the fact that we went to that show together was just mind-blowing.
Nothing but memories, good memories. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess this wraps up this little Talkfest, and
hope you guys weren't too bored with everything. I think you really wanted to hear our experience. So.
Yeah, and please comment below and share the video with your friends and family and your little monsters and
yes, your big monsters and your little monsters.
Yeah, and help us manifest that one day Lady Gaga will come to our home and have a Talkfest session with us.
Yes, it will happen. Put it out there in the universe.
Yeah, we manifest it, so it's gonna happen.
But until next time, we will catch you on the flip side.